What's up, YouTube? My name's Thomas. Thanks for coming to the channel today. Today, we're going to be checking out the brand new President. This just dropped 50 minutes ago. This is a song called Rage. Stick around. Okay, back with the church vibe. I like it. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is a sick intro so far. It seems to me, based upon the video, that this is going to be some sort of battle between good and evil. That's what the interpretive dancing seems to represent. I guess we'll find out. This has been my biggest criticism so far of President. I really like what they're singing about. I love the guy's voice. The verses in all of the songs have so much processing on his vocals. I mean, it is insane how much processing is on the vocals. It almost doesn't sound human. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I will also say that when the choruses hit and it's just purely his voice, they usually remove all of the processing. I mean, obviously there's post-processing on there. I'm sure they're tuning it, adding some reverb and delay and whatever, but the heavy processing goes away and during when the choruses hit, which makes it feel massive, which I really do enjoy. So let's see how this goes. So is this just like purely an interpretive music video? Because if it is, I mean, that's cool, I guess. Taking a page out of Justin Bieber's handbook. All right, tempo change. He says, I'll keep drinking my way out. That hits. There he is. Okay, so is there some sort of symbolism going on here? Because it shows, I was expecting this to be purely interpretive since we're basically 2 minutes in and I hadn't really seen any of the band members yet. But now that we are getting the vocalist, he's sort of standing up on top of the balcony and he's watching this, what I assume is to be an interpretive battle between good and evil, where it's almost not just a battle, it's like this push and pull, like this yin and yang going on. And there's been a very religiously led context to all of his songs so far. The first song that came out was very much so pushing towards like a criticism towards religion. The second song seemed more to me like the internal battle. And if you want to continue that, maybe the internal battle that was coming from his experience with religion. And now this third song, they're literally sitting in a church. The singer is on top of the balcony watching this yin and yang push and pull of good and evil inside of the church. What is this overarching story going to be about? If these guys have taken notes from Sleep Token about having a large overarching story that sort of has a religious vibe to it, I can see that they're definitely pushing in that direction, and I'm not mad at it. By the way, nothing is better than on your Friday to have a nice cup of coffee and some brand new music. Is he going to get involved? So it's very clear that he is speaking to a deity within some sort of religion, because what he was saying in the first song is, "Oh Father, I can't hear you yet." Almost as if he wants to hear him, but he can't. There was a lot of criticisms in that song towards religion, but at the same time, it wasn't just a song purely criticizing religion. It was also almost like a desire and a want to no longer have to criticize it. It was, "Oh Father, I'm calling for you and I can't hear you yet." And yet, ironically, now that he's standing in the church now on the balcony, watching this push and pull, this yin and yang dance of good and evil within the church, and he's saying, "I keep calling your name out." It's almost as if he's reaching for God and asking for some sort of response, and he's just not getting it. Wow. This is pretty cool. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you hear that in the background? There it is. Okay, but now they're dancing together. Oh. Those down-tuned guitars are beautiful. It's got to be at least, what, a 7-string? Because that's not just a standard drop C tuning right there. That's deep. And he's reaching for it. And they reach back. Wow. See, at the end, it throws me off because they were dancing in this, like almost in they were dancing and yet fighting each other from the beginning up until the breakdown hits. And then when the breakdown hits, it almost seems as though they are dancing in unison. I don't know if I'm reading into it too much, but it seems as though like overarching message could be that the good and the bad within the church are both required or in some way working together, or they go hand in hand. And even though he's calling, "Oh Father, I can't hear you," and I'm keep calling your name out, and it's putting me in a dark place, basically. Even though he sees the good, he sees the evil, and he sees this dance that they're doing within the church, within the religious community, whatever it symbolizes, he is still reaching out. He's still reaching to be a part of it in some way, shape, and form. This is so cool, so exciting. Do you guys think that I read way too far into this, or do you also think that this is some crazy symbolism? I'm really curious to see where this story is going to go as we move forward, because I know President isn't exactly the heaviest band in the world, but if you can put aside your prejudices for a little bit, I do think that they are a good project. I am excited to see what they do. It does seem very clear to me, and I'm going to get some hate in the comments for this, so go ahead and start typing, but it seems very clear to me that they were sort of an industry plant. I mean, it seems that most of these artists or musicians within this band were already big names that came together to start a new project. It seems like they took a lot of inspiration from bands like Sleep Token, of this overarching theme and the masks and being anonymous. But I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, because they're not copying Sleep Token. They don't sound like Sleep Token. They don't look like Sleep Token. The only real similarities is that they're wearing a mask and they have some religious overtones. You know, at the end of the day, Sleep Token is so unique and so much their own. I would dare challenge you to try and copy them because you're gonna fail. This seems like they are taking inspiration for what is going on in the music industry right now within at least this genre of music, and they're taking some things that they like, they're taking some things that they don't, and they're kind of combining all the things they're enjoying and throwing out the things that they don't want to be a part of it. And it seems to me like they're doing a good job of standing out as someone new. They've got sort of their own style, their own production style, and I think it's awesome, man. I'm so excited to hear the album. I assume that this is going to be a full album and not just an EP. What do you guys think? If you want to support me, hit that subscribe button, slap that like button, and if you want to hang out, suggest, and watch reactions live, head over to Twitch and check out Thomas_Shade. Who do you prefer, Sleep Token or President? Let me know in the comments. And text your mom that you love her today. I think she needs to hear it.